Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Stoke Mandeville for the Paralympic flame lighting for the Milano Cortina 2026 Paralympic Winter Games, an event supported by worldwide Paralympic partner Allianz. My name is Dame Sarah Story, and I'm delighted to be your host for today's very special event. While the Milano Cortina 2026 Olympic Winter Games concluded on Sunday, the Paralympic Winter Games open on the 6th of March at the historic Arena di Verona. The opening will mark 50 years since the first ever Paralympic Winter Games. Of course, there would be no Paralympic Games at all if it was not for the visionary work of Sir Ludwig Goodman and the first ever Stoke Mandeville Games. It was here, 80 years ago, that Sir Ludwig introduced his revolutionary methods of using sport to rehabilitate those who acquired spinal cord injuries during World War II. His vision developed into an annual sport event. This, in turn, grew into the Paralympic Games, which today is the world's most transformational sport event, engaging billions around the world. That is some legacy for Sir Goodman and for Stoke Mandeville, a place that is synonymous with the birth of the Paralympic movement.
As we count down to the Milano Cortina 2026 Paralympic Winter Games, it is a great pleasure to be in Stoke Mandeville, a place of immense significance for the Paralympic movement. The groundbreaking work that started out here nearly 80 years ago under the leadership of Sir Ludwig Goodman, and I know his family's here, so thank you for joining us this morning. Thank you very much. It's very special to have you guys here. So the rehabilitation of war veterans with the spinal cord injuries through sport trigger a sports movement that today has a tremendous transformation and impact around the world. Last Saturday, we celebrated the 50th anniversary of the first ever Paralympic Winter Games. Held in Sweden, the event attracted nearly 200 athletes from 16 countries who competed in 2 sports. The fact that Milano Cortina 2026 will welcome up to 665 athletes from 50 countries to compete in 6 sports shows how far we have come in a relatively short space of time. 2026 also marks 2 decades since the Torino 2006 Paralympic Winter Games, an event that inspired Allianz to partner with the IPC. 20 years later, we are immensely grateful that Allianz's support of the Paralympic movement grows stronger. Each year, it now extends to several national Paralympic committees, numerous parasport events, and as presenting partner of the Milano Cortina 2026 Paralympic Torch Relay, this Paralympic Flame lighting ceremony. The Paralympic Flame that will be created here symbolizes the transformation of power of Paralympic Games. It signifies how the event serves as a platform for the world's best athletes to compete in sport at the highest level and showcase to global audiences what persons with disability can achieve when barriers to succeed are removed. This afternoon, the Paralympic Flame will fly to Italy for the start of the Paralympic Torch Relay. On the 6th of March, it will arrive in the historic city of Verona for a spectacular opening ceremony. The ceremony will mark the start of the most beautiful Paralympic Winter Games yet. With the stunning backdrops in Milano, Predazzo, Cortina, Paralympians will excel and deliver the best sport performances ever witnessed at a Paralympic Winter Games. The games will be beautiful, the sport spectacular, and the experience life-changing for all of those who enjoy Milano Cortina Paralympic Winter Games 2026.
It's the most enormous pleasure to be with you here today for this deeply symbolic occasion. I want to thank the IPC. I want to thank Wheel Power, the National Paralympic Heritage Trust, the team at Paralympics GB, and everyone, I'm looking out at many of you, whose hard work has made today possible. Thank you. To the cities of Milano and Cortina, I say grazie mille also. We really could not be more excited about the 10 days of exhilarating winter parasport that you have planned for us. Thank you also from me to Allianz and to all sponsors and partners who support us so generously. Thank you to Dame Sarah Story, both for today and Sarah for being everything that you are. Thank you, Andrew, for your inspiring words. Congratulations on your re-election to the IPC presidency. I'm sure that I speak for many when I say how grateful we are for the tireless ambition with which, Andrew, you lead our world-class, world-changing movement. As founding nation, Britain is extremely proud that it's here at Stoke Mandeville where Sir Ludwig Guttmann first lit our flame. And if I may, if this event may tolerate a second round of applause, I would like to lead a second round of applause to the members of the Guttmann family who are here today. I had the great pleasure of speaking with them earlier, and I said to them, we simply would not be here were it not for you, so thank you. Almost 80 years later, that flame that Sir Ludwig lit burns brighter than ever. And the National Paralympic Heritage Trust, of which we're also very proud, ensures our shared voyage will never be forgotten, because the stories and artifacts on display here capture history, yes, but they also tell how far our movement has come and how the lives of disabled people have changed with it. For this, as has been said, but also bears repeating, this is the Paralympic superpower, is it not? To thrill the world on the field of play and to change the world beyond it. It's why our vision at Paralympics GB is through sport to inspire a better world for disabled people. A flame, meanwhile, holds just so much extraordinary power, doesn't it? It lights a path to the future, it calls others to follow, and in this it symbolizes progress and inclusion. And with its phoenix-like rebirth today and every 2 years, it reminds us that we must never take progress and inclusion for granted. The other thing I like about a flame is it's a symbol of one of Italy's superpowers, passion. Yes, and I can't wait to see what special passion Italy will bring to these games. Everybody, vai Italia!
So, without further ado, it is now time to light the Paralympic flame. Joining me on stage to have the honour of creating the Paralympic flame are two Paralympians with a rich history in winter sport. Great Britain's Millie Knight is a 3-time Paralympian and 4-time Paralympic medalist who made her debut in para-alpine skiing in Sochi 2014. Italy's Andrea Macri made his Paralympic debut in wheelchair fencing at London 2012 before switching sports to para-ice hockey, a sport he has represented Italy in at the last 3 Paralympic Winter Games. And this year, he will be vice-captain of the side at Milano Cortina 2026. Before we create the Paralympic flame, I'm going to ask Millie and Andrea to join me here on the stage. Before we go to the flame, Millie, what does it mean to you to be lighting and creating this Paralympic flame for Milano Cortina 2026?
This means everything. Having retired 3 years ago, I feel like I sort of represent the athletes of the past, the athletes that have retired, and obviously Andrea going to his 5th Paralympic Games, representing sort of like the future and the current athletes. So yeah, it's This is amazing.
It is genuinely amazing. And Andrea, in addition to lighting the flame today, you're also going to be flying back to Italy to take the flame onto Italian soil. How do you feel about this great honor?
Yeah, as you just said, it's an incredible honor for me. I'm so grateful to the IPC, to Allianz, to my colleagues, my friends, my family, and to Millie also, to be here with me. I can't wait, really. On Sunday, I will enter in the village with my teammates, and I have no words to describe the emotions and how much excited I am for this.
Well, as we look to create the flame, let's welcome back onto the stage IPC President Andrew Parsons, who will accompany the flame lighting the torches, who will be passed to Andrea and Millie. Millie and Andrea, please light the cauldron and create the Paralympic flame. Towards Milano Cortina 2026. This evening, a special flame festival will take place in Torino to welcome the Paralympic Flame to Italy and mark 20 years since the Winter Games were held there. In the coming days, flame festivals will be held across Italy before the Paralympic Torch Relay, which is presented by Allianz, begins in earnest on March the 3rd, ahead of the opening ceremony on March the 6th. To start this, later this afternoon, the Paralympic Flame will be flown on a special flight in this beautiful Langton with ITA Airways all the way back to Italy, from London Heathrow to Milan, the host city of the Games. Grazie mille for escorting the flame in its first step of its journey to Italy. This brings to a close Paralympic flame lighting event for the Milano Cortina 2026 Paralympic Winter Games, proudly brought to you by Allianz. Thank you to Wheel Power, Stoke Mandeville and all the volunteers who contributed their time to the organisation of this event. We should never forget the role of Sir Ludwig Gutmann and Stoke Mandeville in the history of the Paralympic movement. And we look forward to seeing the next chapter of that history next week with the Milano Cortina 2026 Paralympic Winter Games. Thank you all for attending today's ceremony. Good luck to the athletes competing at the Games, and remember, if you can't make it to Italy, Channel 4 will be showing all the coverage each day across its platforms.